Hi, this is Tutor Nick Peen. This is Idioms 402. The idiom today is avoid like the plague. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot, do it right now. Let's get right to it. If someone says that he or she avoids someone or something like the plague, it means he or she does their best to ignore or consciously try to stay away from or avoid someone or something. They just want to keep away from it. They avoid it like the plague. All right, let's continue. The origin of this phrase dates all the way back to St. Jerome and his writings in Latin during the late, around 300 AD and the early 400 AD, around that time. Here is the famous quote, "Avoid as you would the plague, a clergyman who is a man of business." So maybe St. Jerome, he didn't trust maybe a clergyman that were businessmen at the same time. Maybe he didn't think the two mixed together. So he's warning people to avoid that type of a clergyman. All right, so let's continue. Remember, many centuries ago, there were quite a few plagues that wiped out large portions of the population in Europe. Yeah, there were some really bad ones around this time, 300 or 400 AD. Probably one of the worst ones was around the time that Nostradamus was alive, and I think, what was it, around the 1400s or around that time, or 1300s, something around that, where that knocked off half the population. And I know when Nostradamus was alive, because I know he was treating some of the people of the Black Plague. I remember that because, remember, he was like a prophet. He could see that he wasn't going to die from it. So he was one of the few people that was trying to help people during that time. Anyway, let's continue. All right, good. So they say here, so here we got 4 examples of what we should do. All right. As an investor, people often say you should avoid penny stocks like the plague. Okay, penny stocks. I remember that. That reminds you of the movie Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio. That's how he made so much money, because he sold a lot of penny stocks, and they often say that's a good way to lose money. They hype up the stock and then they drop it down, and then the people just get stuck, and they end up losing loads and loads of money. So, all right, number 2. Ever since Jane broke up with Jack, she avoids him like the plague. Yeah, we sometimes say this. Couples breaking up, maybe especially if it was a bad breakup, they try to avoid the other one like the plague. All right, number 3. I once got food poisoning from eating a burrito. And ever since that time, I avoid them like the plague. Yeah, you often hear people say something like this, where maybe they got sick on some food and never touched it again. Or number 4, he hates to go to karaoke because he has a terrible singing voice. He avoids karaoke like the plague. So somebody might avoid some activity like this, like the plague. Okay, anyway, hope you got it. I hope it was clear. Hope it was informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.